Nobody else seems to have the balls to say it, so I'll say it myself. The middle class is gone. It's not disappearing, it's not struggling, it is gone. Because every time I go to the store, the grocery store, it gets more and more obvious. When did basic sandwich bread become $7? And don't even get me started on eggs. $6 for eggs? I used to buy a whole meal for that price. Meanwhile, somewhere out there, someone just spent 20 grand on a single bottle of wine. It's like we have two completely different worlds now. There's no middle ground.
The middle class, as we've always known it, is disappearing. The idea that you could get married, buy a house, have a kid or two, send them to an okay enough school, have 2 cars, send your kid to college, and retire. But get this. Over the last 50 years, the average household income increased 16%, while housing increased 190%. And college tuition increased 264%. On top of that, marketing is a $1.7 trillion industry, so their job is literally to make you spend more money. But of course, nobody teaches you this stuff in school. Health insurance, super expensive. Let's not get started on the quality of food, Monsanto, Big Pharma. It runs deep.
The middle class used to be the dream. Steady job, home ownership, decent healthcare, a little vacation here and there. But now it feels like a fantasy. Everyone is talking about inflation, debts, layoffs, but very few are asking why the system seems rigged against the middle class. In this video, we are diving deep why the middle class is disappearing. And trust me, it's not just economics, it's political. Take a look at this video.
I don't think the middle class exists anymore. Back in 1950, the median income was $3,300 per year. It sounds really low until you realize that the median home price back then was about $7,500. So it would take you 2 years of your wages to buy a home. These days, the median income is $70,000 and the median house is $430,000. That's like 6.5 years of wages. Up. That is messed up. And the worst thing is that to be middle class in America these days, you need to make about $175,000 per year. So I don't think the middle class exists anymore. I think it's slowly becoming you either have money or you don't.
What was the middle class? After the Second World War, America saw something miraculous, a booming middle class. Not too long ago, the American dream was more than a slogan. Good paying jobs were everywhere. You could work at a factory, buy a home, raise a family, and even save for retirement. Families lived on one income. College didn't leave you drowning in debt. The American dream wasn't just a dream, it was a reality. In the 1950s and 60s, the middle class wasn't just surviving, it was thriving. But fast forward to today, and that dream feels dead for millions of people. In the 1970s, stagflation hit, high inflation, low growth, and economic chaos. Corporations pushed back against unions. Politicians slashed taxes for the rich, and globalization began moving jobs overseas. Suddenly, the foundation cracked. Workers had less bargaining power. Wages froze, and the wealthiest Americans, they started running away with the profits. Nowadays, some people are no longer considered middle class. It's either you are poor or you are rich. Moving on, we'll be talking about the main reasons why the middle class is shrinking. But before that, let's take a look at this video.
Here are 3 reasons that the middle class is shrinking and what you can do about it. Number 1 is inflation. As inflation goes up, the middle class has to spend more on goods and services to survive, and wages often lag behind inflation, so they're also living on less. If you guys want to protect yourself against this, then you want to invest in assets like gold or dividend stocks that will protect you against inflation over the long term. Number 2 is the middle class is busy acquiring liabilities while the rich is acquiring assets. So middle class is acquiring liabilities like an expensive car or home, while the rich is acquiring assets like stocks and real estate that build their wealth over time. And number 3 is debt. As the middle class takes on more debt, the middle class shrinks more and more. This means that debt has a direct correlation with the size of the middle class. If you guys want to stay in the middle class or get above the middle class, you have to avoid debt at all costs. If you want to learn more ways that you can improve your financial situation, then follow my page.
While the cost of living has exploded, wages haven't. When you adjust for inflation, many people today are earning less than their parents did at the same age. And that's before you factor in things like healthcare, childcare, and housing costs. Secondly, rising cost of essentials. Speaking of costs, let's talk essentials. Housing, education, they are outrageously expensive. Healthcare, don't even get me started. Basic necessities that were once affordable now swallow up huge chunks of people's income. Thirdly, loss of stable jobs. Once upon a time, you could work at one company for 30 years, get a pension, and retire comfortably. Now, gig works, contract jobs, layoffs, no benefits. Stability is rare. Loyalty isn't rewarded like it used to be, and companies often prioritize short-term profits over their workers' future. Fourthly, the wealth gap. Here is the kicker. While the middle class is shrinking, the rich are getting richer. The top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. The gap isn't just wide, it's massive. And lastly, globalization and automation. Factories moved overseas. Robots and AI replaced jobs. It's cheaper for companies, but for workers, it means layoffs, lower wages, and fewer opportunities. And it hits blue collar and middle income workers the hardest. The key policies that hurt the middle class. Firstly, massive tax cuts for the wealthy. Top income tax rates were slashed dramatically. Wealth accumulated at the top, while public services that helped everyday families were defunded. Secondly, union busting. Reagan famously fired 11,000 striking air traffic controllers. That sent a message. Unions are expandable. Without unions, workers lost bargaining power and wages stagnated. Thirdly, deregulation. Banking, airlines, telecommunication, all deregulated. It sounded good. More competition, lower prices. But in reality, it led to monopolies, job outsourcing, and economic crashes. Fourthly, free trade agreements. In the 1990s, deals like NAFTA promised prosperity. Instead, manufacturing jobs vanished overseas. Small towns collapsed. Wages were driven by global competition. And lastly, the war on education and healthcare. Public universities became more expensive. Healthcare costs exploded. Meanwhile, wages stayed flat. Middle class families started drowning in debt just to stay afloat. Now, how does this feel for ordinary people? It's not just about statistics, it's real life. Families working 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. Young people drowning in student loans. Parents worrying they will never afford a home, retirement, or even a decent vacation. The story of the middle class isn't over. It's just a turning point. We can either watch it slip away or fight to bring it back stronger than ever. The truth is, when the middle class thrives, everyone thrives. It creates a society where hard work leads to real opportunity, where dreams aren't crushed by debt, and where success isn't just reserved for a few. Saving the middle class isn't just about economics, it's about preserving hope, fairness, and the future we want to build. The choice is ours, and the time to act is now. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. And thanks for watching. Bye.